Welcome to the end of another highly questionable week. That underdressed guy over there in the airport guayabera and a sweater is Pablo Torre. What do you like on the show today, Pablo?
We're going to whip out our badges and play friendship police.
All right. Vamos, papi.
Is it good or bad for the NBA that Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant haven't spoken?
Oh, it's tremendous. It feeds the testosterone soap opera. They have not spoken, and there seems to be some tension, and we look forward, all of us, to Russell Westbrook trying to physically set Kevin Durant on fire when they see each other. Let's listen to Russell Westbrook here as he returns to OKC.
Did the fact that not only Kevin left, but it was to Golden State, did that make it sting even more?
Sting for who?
You?
No. I found out like y'all found out on the news, on the cell phones, the social media. I talked to Kevin, prior to, early on in the process, but nothing after. It's just a text message from him. That's about it. We definitely will talk eventually, but obviously now we haven't. But my job is now to worry about what's in front of me, and that's what Oklahoma City done to my team and the guys we have here, and focus on how we can get better and how we can improve as a team.
And that is the best version of the soap opera that is Basketball Wives' Husbands. Like, this is how the NBA should be, and it's fraudulent that any of us would pretend that we actually wanted Kevin Durant to apologize to Russell Westbrook. We don't want that. Why would we want less fun? Why do we want less enmity in the only forum in which men can express feelings about other men's feelings?
This is a breakup, and breakups are hard, and it's always interesting when you can carry around in the breakup something that soothes you, that feels like anger, instead of just having a loving breakup. And now he's got something that he could wave around to be angry about. I found out the way the rest of you found out that he went to our mortal enemy. Russell Westbrook mad is the best Russell Westbrook.
What is to talk about it? They make a killing. They made a lot of money,
Everybody.
two of them. They're laughing all the way to the bank. They're too busy looking at those ones. How many zeros I got here? I forgot how many zeros I got here. I got to go to the bank and cash it in.
Let me go to the bank just to count my zeros. Westbrook is doing that on Wednesdays.
Does Kevin White's pretty girl metaphor about Jay Cutler make any sense to you?
All right, poor Jay Cutler. The reason we're talking about this is because Michael Bennett, whose brother Martellus Bennett played with Jay Cutler, called Jay Cutler the worst quarterback in the league. And Kevin White, who hasn't yet played for the Bears, or if he has, it's been very little because he's been hurt. He's a wide receiver for the Bears. Says that Jay Cutler's like the pretty girl who doesn't wear any makeup and she just stays in the house all the time, so nobody knows that she's pretty. No, that metaphor doesn't make any sense whatsoever, because we've all seen that Jay Cutler's out there all the time, and he's not pretty. He's out there. We can all see him all the time, and very often it's not pretty.
And in fact, it is offensive to me as a fan and a person with a crush on Rachel Lee Cook and She's All That, one of these movies where the nerdy girl is taken by the jock and is turned into something beautiful. Jay Cutler is the jock. Jay Cutler is the guy who has agreed on a lark as a prank to take the nerdy girl to prom and must prove himself to be not an He is the opposite character in this analogy.
Jay Cutler actually, physically, if I told you, was in a high school movie as the jock jerk.
Thanks.
Even at this age, you would accept that. You would say, yes, you get the part.
In fact, the suspicious part about Kevin White's quote was the other part where he says, I came in and everybody said that Jay Cutler was an Like, that's the part about Jay Cutler that I think is the most true.
After seeing the first trailer, do you think Travis Kelce's dating show gonna be a distraction for the Chief?
So Travis Kelce is the Chiefs' tight end, and here is a trailer of his dating show.
Go Bowler.
My name is Travis Kelce. I'm a professional football player for the Kansas City Chiefs.
And I'm looking for love.
I'm getting the opportunity to date 50 beautiful women from this God-loving country. When I'm off the field, I am still in the spotlight. I need a woman that will fit into all aspects of my life. So I'm trying a whole new game plan. It's gonna be fun as hell. Oh, and right.
Girl, it's about to get real in this.
It's not gonna be easy.
Your I thought she was gonna break this bottle of wine over my head.
The petty stuff, we ain't got no time for that.
Ain't nobody got time
for that. But I know it's gonna be worth it. I actually have feelings for him. This is the hardest decision I've ever had to make.
I was definitely feeling that kiss, for sure.
Good.
I'm in this all the way in. There's nothing that I'm holding back. I'm supposed to be the big bad football player, and I'm sitting here talking about love. That's enough talking. Let's get to this thing.
I mean, you guys, I've walked out of this show a number of times because of the number of times you guys played for me, The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, and now you've just disguised it. It's the same damn thing with a guy who happens to play tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, and it's not a distraction. He is doing what most athletes, I'm guessing, who are single would like to be doing.
That show resembled an SNL sketch of what a reality TV dating show starring Travis Kelce might be like.
Right.
But I also would point out that if for the Kansas City Chiefs, this reminds me of that phenomenon like in drafts these days where they're like, you can get drafted from anywhere, Bulgaria, small college, doesn't matter where you play, you'll get the platform. Kansas City kind of has a reality TV star now, which is kind of something.
Well, if I were a Chief fan, I would not be expecting too much out of Calvis this year. You know, he's going to be tired all times.
Who is Kelvis?
Kelvis?
His
That's a
name
good
would
nickname,
be so
though.
much better if
That's
his
a
name
really
were
good
Kelvis.
nickname.
He would do better with the ladies if his name was Kelvis.
You should copyright that now.
Should the Cowboys listen to his sales pitch and sign Michael Vick to be their new backup quarterback to Tony Romo?
He tells Josina Anderson that he's in the best shape that he's been in a couple of years, better than when he was a backup in Pittsburgh. And he's also told Dan Patrick that that star on the helmet is something every kid wants to have, and that he would love to play for the Cowboys. And if you saw the Cowboys' backup quarterback situation last year, I thought they were the best team in that division with the most talent, and Whedon undid them, and Matt Castle undid them, and he's 36 years old, and he completed 60% of his passes the last time he was throwing passes. He's better than those guys are.
That is not where I thought you were going with that argument, because it sounds like the Cowboys have been undone by backup quarterbacks because Tony Romo is perpetually hurt. So why would you bring in the guy who admitted to not being prepared as a backup with the Jets and a guy who didn't even maximize his talent with the Falcons, let alone the federal prison thing? I'm just focused on the fact that he doesn't seem to be a reliable backup.
Right, like Whedon and Castle are. That was the problem.
It also sounds like he's just desperate, right? Like, this is the pleading. That star looks real nice is the pleading of a guy with no other job offers.
Also a way to describe their backup situation in Dallas. Desperate.
Well, I think that the Cowboys, they should wait a little bit, you know. They got to wait a little bit, you know, because Brady could be available by then, you know, after Jimmy, the young quarterback is going to play so well. I mean, that's right. I think that Brady's going to be on the mark. He's going to get caught.
Did you guys see what just happened there?
No.
Jimmy, the new quarterback.
Wait, what's Jimmy's last name?
Jimmy, the new
there?
quarterback.
Garoppolo.
I thought he was.
Wow, I was on that with you. That was surprising.
Did I get it right?
You did. You did. I can't believe it either.
Coming up next on my son's TV show, we talk to Kent Bazemore.
I wasn't asking about anything but fun, and
Like
you turned
bowling.
it into
Who do you go
negative
bowling with?
question,
No.
like I'm the media, the mean media, evil media asking evil questions. I was asking about fun.
It was a clever try, man, but no, I can't answer that.
My son's TV show is brought to you by U.S. Army Reserve. Find out more at goarmyreserve.com. At the beach today is Kent Bazemore.
And he's here on behalf of his ARMS Foundation, which develops and runs recreational sports programs aimed at increasing the health of children and young adults. This weekend, they're having a Celebrity Weekend fundraiser in Atlanta with events open to the public. armsfoundation.org to find out more about that. But let's talk to Kent.
How much of a problem were you as a kid?
I didn't get in any crazy trouble. I was just, I did like little tedious stuff like blurting out answers or couldn't sit still. I was that type of child. I really didn't get into any like bad trouble. My parents were super strict, and if you got in trouble, you did not want to go home. So after I got tired of that, I just kind of kept my nose clean. Picked up some great friends along the way, friends that, kept me out of trouble, doing things with them, hanging out with them. I really got into video games, really got into playing sports, and like I said, I kept my nose clean.
Kent, it's nice that you learned the lessons of mom's discipline and became a good kid, but I want the last story that made you fed up with the discipline. What was the last thing that presented itself where you're like, okay, I need to stop behaving this way?
Well, when I was in college going into my senior year, I got a DUI, but that's probably the last time I really got in trouble, man. I mean, I'm a human being at the end of the day. You know, I learn from my mistakes, but you know, I mean, that's probably like the last like huge thing. Well, I mean, I haven't done anything remotely close to that, but that's probably like the thing that, you know, she disciplined me for. I mean, I didn't get a whooping or anything, but she told me she was disappointed, and that's the word you don't want to hear from someone that really loves you.
What did you think was going to happen to your NBA career at that point?
So I get the DUI, and then the very next weekend, I break my foot. I have a Jones fracture in my left foot going into my senior year. So, I mean, I was in a dark spot for a very long time, and no one really knew about the DUI. So, you know, I was hanging on to that, and I was in a bed. I was bedridden for 2.5 months. So it was a rough time, but, you know, like I said, you keep your eye on the prize. You continue to grind and hold on to that little faith and, you know, just keep pushing.
When you say it was a dark spot, what do you remember about that specifically? What do you remember about that time?
I just beat myself up. You know, something, I was, 21 at the time. Something a 21, 22-year-old would do. Well, you know, I just beat myself up, just really didn't have any motivation, just, you know, just going with the flow, showing up, just doing my rehab, leaving, you know, not really putting forth any effort. And I get a phone call from one of my old coaches, and he asked me how I'm doing, and we ended up talking for about 2 or 3 hours. And, you know, when I hung up the phone, you know, my life kind of changed. You know, he basically just said, you know, it's not over. You know, he could tell in my voice that I was kind of defeated. But he, you know, he kept pushing me forward, you know, kept pushing me, sending me texts here and there. And, you know, I look back and I'm like, you know, it's one of the greatest moments of my life is once I hung up that phone, I realized that I still have so much ahead of me. You know, there's basketball to play anywhere.
Can you give us the name of a player that if you tell her you're going out with him, your fiancé is a little like, uh-oh, I got to be careful. We need to be careful with you going out with this guy. You got it. That one. That's the one. That guy right there.
The one in your brain.
That guy that you're thinking of right there.
I mean, I don't really hang out with those guys anymore, man. I mean, I got a great group of friends, you know.
Who was that guy?
My favorite, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to do anyone like that. You know, they know who they are,
We're
though.
talking about having fun. We're not talking about anything. They were not talking about anything but fun. Who are you doing like that?
That's confidential, man. That's like, if I do that, that's like, you know, something like
Draymond Green's not going to be mad at you. He's over. Draymond is in Brazil. He's not going to be mad about this.
You can't. You got to honor the code, man. You know, quiet is kept. You know, I mean, I really don't hang out with those guys anymore, so it's kind of hard to come up with that answer.
I wasn't.
I see what you tried to do, though.
I wasn't asking you a hard question. I was asking about fun. I wasn't asking about anything but fun, and
like
you turned it into a negative question, like I'm the media, the mean media, evil media asking evil questions. I was asking about fun.
It was a clever try, man, but no, I can't answer that.
Clever try. Let's go to a 3-shot. Hold on. We're going to change camera angles to get in the guy that you want to talk to.
Hey,
the one who's
am I boring you, man? You're already asleep.
No. Ken, you got to party with me in Miami, buddy. You got to come down.
He was not happy with your answer to his son's question about fun, and so you got to win him back now with however it is you answer this question.
Also, he's hungover.
Yes. Also, he's been drinking since Tuesday.
Our party's going to make your fiancé a little bit, nervous, I would say.
Let's go, Poppy. What do you got for Ken? Go ahead, Poppy. What do you got for us?
Yes, Ken, can you teach me how to do the base gaze?
Oh, base gaze. Yeah, just you know, put your chin close to your chest and just look up. Keep your eyes where they are. Oh, not that far. That's like double chin. We don't want a double chin.
Okay, you don't want a double chin.
I'm doing.
You're not doing well. No, that's no good. That's no good. You don't want a double chin situation.
Tilt your head to the side, just, you know.
You just called my father fat. Kent, this interview, what happened here, Kent? You just called my father fat? I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing.
No,
he's spasming. You killed everybody. He looks like he's sick. That was terrible. Thank you, Kent. Thank you. We appreciate it,
thank
sir.
you, man, for sure. Anytime, man. You guys take care.
highly questionable, is broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. Right, all right. You was right. I was wrong. Yeah, I should never took her home. Yeah, I should just... yeah, fantasy on my phone. Windows 10. Upgrade today and do great things. Do you question if this was the keeper's fault?
Okay, we've got Europa Cup action here. It's 0-0. We've got extra time. Let's see what we've got here. I mean, who else's fault is it? Like, what do you mean? Who else am I going to blame that on?
I mean, you could blame the guy who kicked it to him,
No.
but that was a very slow-moving
No,
ball.
like there. Here you
That's
go.
a very slow-moving ball, and you tried to kick it.
Oh, it took a bad bounce.
But look at
though.
the goaltender's reaction.
It did take a bad bounce, though. It did. Oh,
Ooh,
that's a killer bounce.
Ooh, that was like
tucked there.
a divot.
I mean, he's been playing there all game, though. You don't know that divot's there?
Ring!
Yes, of course.
Ring!
Yes.
Hey, Juanito, listen. Yeah, it's Papi. Yeah, no, Danny still got this TV show. Yeah, yeah. No, he hasn't got fired from ESPN. Yeah, yeah. And we got, yeah, I'm still hanging in here. And Pablo, he's in for Bomani. Yeah, yeah. And David, my other son, he's doing good. Yeah, yeah. Juanito, you took care of that goal, yeah? Well, yeah, I'm telling you what, you're number one in my hit parade, buddy. You keep on producing money. Thank you, Juanito.
Number one in my hit parade.
What a strangely
That is
loving phone
That is
call.
my favorite idiom now.
Do you question if the torch will make it to the opening ceremonies on time?
At the rate we're going in Rio, you expect it to be doused by sewage, right? Flushed sewage from the sky. Here are some of the things that have happened so far to the torch. Let's just recap for people. This guy here falls in a hole. Yeah, there's that. Falling in a hole. Then there's this guy here with a fire extinguisher. He gets taken off by security, but not after getting a few plumes off. And then what do we have here? Where is it?
Anytime live leak appears.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
What?
Sprinting. Why are we sprinting?
Why are they running so?
What
Are they
are
being
they
chased
scared
by
of?
that car?
What is off camera that's big and hairy and breathing fire? Why are they sprinting?
Answer the question. Is the torch going to make it or not?
It's going to make it there ahead of schedule if they keep going at that pace. Before the opening ceremonies, it's going to get there very fast. Or are they behind? Is that what it is? Are they behind so they're trying to make up
They're
time?
very late. Yeah, I'm going to vote no. I'm going to vote no on this.
No is also a good guess.
Do you question this bowler's accuracy?
There is a baller and questions about his accuracy.
Excellent introduction. Raindrop. Oh, there it is. Yes. He may not have been great with the left hand
A nice slap of the ball.
here, but he is great with the right hand. Yes. We don't have anything. Pablo graduated from Harvard.
August 5th?
He's
This is what we got on August 5th?
He's just sitting here watching these videos. His family must be so ashamed of him. Like, here, just watch this video. Here's a guy who throws a ball at a helmet. Wow!
I'm still not going to medical school, Mom. I'm sorry.
You went to Harvard?
Yeah, I did.
Huh? Nerd. Time to play the game that likes it dirty. See or no?
What dirty? You tell us what to watch on television tonight. We tell you if we're intrigued or not.
Tomorrow on YouTube, the Atlanta Steam and Chicago Bliss.
That voice
Those
sounds
dulcet tones.
vaguely familiar. Now, this used to be the Lingerie League. Back then, we knew what it was. Now it's the Legends League. We don't know exactly what that is. Let's see what we've got here. 53-12. Down at halftime.
This is so far going exactly as I expected. Oh.
What are you muttering under your breath? He made some sort of sound that made me uncomfortable. Pablo, are you intrigued? mean, what just happened there? Something happened there that's unpleasant. Pablo,
Poppy just realized he was going to go to the Legends Club later, if that makes sense.
Poppy didn't know what that clip was about. Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Listen, is that Jay Glazer? Congratulations, Jay. I'm so happy that you finally found love, buddy.
Wait a minute, just a bald guy. Like, come on, what is that? That's a good joke, is what that is.
On NBC, the Olympic opening ceremony.
It is. It's a very nice voice. It's on the radio. It sounds like something you should hear on
The
your
right
radio. Yeah.
time for that voice.
Let's see some footage here of a rehearsal for practice for the opening ceremonies. Oh, that's not true. That is nonsense. That is not, you guys tricked us with this, this old lady. Look at this. My father's liking it. Yeah, every time she comes out, he does that. Pablo, are you intrigued?
I wrote a thesis in college. I didn't just go to college. I wrote a thesis.
And these are the videos we show the Harvard grad. Bobby, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. I'm going from here to the airport, catching the first flight to Rio, because she's going to perform there. I gotta be there. I gotta be watching her alive.
Alive?
No, live. He meant he's got to be watching her live, is what he meant.
I thought he said before she stops being alive.
No, that's not what
that
he meant.
may be a concern.
No, he just meant live. He needs to see her live.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
Have a good weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday.
Gracias. See you el lunes.
Lunes. Listen, I'm sorry about the remark that I make on Harvard.
You think a Harvard grad's going to fall
I know what's going to happen.
You think he's going to fall
I know
for
what's
that
going to
again?
happen. Yes!
He got you! He got you!
Yes!
I'm running out of tricks.